Хочу отдать должное Теренсу Crawfordu. Я боксировал с лучшим боксером.
I want to say congratulations to Terence Crawford and thank you. You know, I fought the best guy in the weight class tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of hesitation, but I think his speed really had a lot to do with that. He was moving very well. We had him moving into the right hand, and we were trying to cut the ring off, and saw him go that way, and then he cut back. And his speed was just unbelievable. He was just too fast.
You know, he was fast and he was strong, so if you think maybe the hesitation came from there, but I think I did everything I could and I was coming forward. The first knockdown, I thought of I was not hurt in that in the fifth round. I was just out of balance, and the second knockdown was a knockdown. I was hurt. You know I don't want to take away credit, but I'm just being honest.
Since the fight was seriously in jeopardy of your guy winning, and did you at any point tell them at any round that we need a knockout or else we're not going to win this fight?
Well, after the fourth round, things started going the other way, and by the time we're in about the 8th or 9th round, I told him that we do need a knockout to win the fight, and in the last 2 rounds I urged him on, and he fought as hard as he could, and he did try, and I love that he tried to win the fight, but it was just too much. The speed, you just can't keep up with him.
Since there's a lot of talk about the possibility of Terence fighting Manny in the fall, based on what you saw tonight, does it make you any more confident? Make you think it's a tougher fight based on how he fought, because he didn't really lose much in other fights?
I haven't really had time to think about that because Manny's really tired right now in the center, but I'm not sure what's next for Manny yet. We're still working on that. We'll see.
You don't feel it, then it must be too real to touch. You'll never in your life try to knock the truth. The illest shit ever. Get ready, 'cause this is about to get heavy.
Trying to keep me out, trying to censor what I say, 'cause they don't like what I'm talking about. So what's wrong with the media today?
Prove I'm lying if I ain't correct.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing, new media. Now, I told you guys when I started this new media, it was going to be bad for a lot of the detractors. New media is on your throat, and that's just something you got to deal with. Now, I was under fire, made some videos, speaking my mind like I always do, never going to change. And if you guys look at some of those old videos a month ago, Manny Pacquiao says yes to Terence Crawford per Bob Arum. That was before Crawford fought Postal. After, the story changed. And you heard Michael Conk say we don't like his style. It doesn't make sense for Pacquiao to fight him. You heard Freddie Roach saying, I'm going to keep my fighter away. And I made videos about it. These are their words. This is Team Pacquiao, his entrusted people, what they were saying. So I did a video a month ago. Freddie Roach wants Manny Pacquiao to avoid Terence Crawford next fight, right? Then I said why Pacquiao avoided Terence Crawford for Vargas 3 weeks ago. You guys see the views, 19,000, 5,000. Go back to look at those videos. Pacquiao advisor admits ducking Terence Crawford. I don't like Crawford's style, doesn't suit Manny. 1 month ago, right? So I made videos. People labeled me, oh, you're hating on Pacquiao and stuff like that. A lot of people who real boxing fans, they knew what it was and what I was saying. And it can't really be disputed. And this is the great thing about new media. And this is what I advise. If you say I'm full of shit, a lot of the stuff I'm saying that I'm showing you with facts, tell me who else is doing it like that. The people who are saying the exact opposite of what I'm saying, they're not supporting it with facts. They're not showing you. Later on, you're not seeing interviews that corroborate what you had been saying all along, right? And case in point, Fight Hype, shout out to them. Make sure you subscribe. They just uploaded an interview with Freddie Roach. In case you don't know, if you're that casual, that's Pacquiao's trainer. And he says Freddie Roach calls Terence Crawford the most dangerous, harder fight for Pacquiao than Canelo. Now, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but those are definitely high honors. If you say that a guy in a higher weight class is harder to deal with or easier to deal with than the guy who's in a lower weight class for Pacquiao, right? And you listen to these interviews. This is only one because I don't have time to go through all of them, but I've seen a couple recent Freddie Roach interviews, and he was praising Crawford, saying he's like a young Mayweather and maybe down the line we'll fight him and this and that. And it goes back to my initial videos that I was telling you about. People say, oh, he didn't duck and Crawford will get his ass beat. If that's the case, then why is Pacquiao's own trainer saying we're going to avoid this guy? He's a young Mayweather. And he even went on record, Freddie Roach, and I credit to his honesty, he went on these recent Vargas interviews, you know what I mean, for the Pacquiao Vargas stuff. And he said that Vargas can't hold Pacquiao's bags. He can't carry his luggage. He can't carry Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera's luggage and all this. And Pacquiao will destroy him. I could be wrong, but he's saying stuff like that. I think Pacquiao, my guy, runs through him, basically. So once again, it brings new credence to what I was saying all along. That Team Pacquiao, did not want to fight Crawford. And it's very, very painstakingly obvious, right? And you could take it for what it's worth. Now, let's talk about the fight that you guys see in the title. Pacquiao versus Jessie Vargas. That is the fight we are getting. It will be distributed by Top Rank itself. HBO said no to the fight. We're not putting a competing pay-per-view that close to our money fight, which they believe is better for their network, and that's Kovalev versus Ward. And I mean, you can't really, it's a more meaningful fight, no matter what you slice it. I understand Bob Arum being upset. If he worked with the network for 10 years, he says the contract's terminated as far as he's concerned because they opted out. You got to look at it. Pacquiao's not drawing the numbers that he used to, you know what I mean? Especially unless he's in there with a Mayweather, or if he were to do a fight with Canelo or somebody like that, Broner, I'm sure the numbers would be great. So he doesn't have the star power to just carry a David Diaz anymore. He couldn't fight Robert Guerrero or something at this point and then expect to do great numbers, things of that sort. So it is what it is. HBO made their decision, and Top Rank had to do other things. So good thing I would say for Jessie Vargas is you look at him in the pictures, he's much, much taller than Manny Pacquiao, and he's a champion. And aside from that, because Pacquiao has fought guys like De La Hoya, he's fought guys like Chris Algieri, Margarito, guys that are way taller than him. I'm not really concerned. Even Mayweather was taller than him. Mayweather's perhaps one of the slickest fighters that Pacquiao's ever fought, if not the slickest, and he still was able to catch him in that 4th round. So I'm not really worried about the height as much, even though you guys see it in the title. Obviously that can play a part, but tall fighters have to fight tall for that to be effective. Usually if you're tall, plus you have a great jab and stuff like that. I have to watch some more tape with Jessie Vargas. I know he's tough. I know that from firsthand experience, from not from me, but from people I've interviewed and people I've talked to off the record. I know somebody right now that was in sparring, and they're like, oh, he's straight up and down. And they said, this motherfucker is tough. He said, we went in there thinking we were going to my fighter was going to blow through Jessie Vargas. And he says he has no quit in him. You know what I'm saying? You got to get him out of there. So props to Jessie Vargas, his heart and whatnot. You seen that in the Bradley fight. He was getting bombed on for 11 rounds and tried to turn it around. But the thing I do like, aside from the height differential, is he is a champion. And he feels slighted. I believe he feels slighted. And I think he's taking it the wrong way. I don't think people are mad at him per se. I think based on the other candidates that were available, that is the least that they would rather see. And that's kind of Top Rank's fault. It's kind of Team Pacquiao's fault, because they announced all these different opponents. Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford. At one point, Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Lucas Matisse and another one before he got stopped and stuff like that. And then they usually give you somebody else. You know what I mean? Pacquiao, oh, he's not fighting Matisse. He's not fighting Khan. We're fighting Bradley, part 3. You know what I mean? Same thing with this. Broner, Danny Garcia, Terence Crawford. And then we got Jessie Vargas. So I think that's why people are upset. It's not that they're taking it out on Jessie Vargas. I think they're upset because out of the crop of fighters, you know what I'm saying? Let's say I had kids, right? And I'm saying, hey, what do you guys want? You want nachos, pizza, chicken nuggets, or tacos, right? And then they're like, yeah, nachos. Oh, I want pizza. And I'm like, we eat meatloaf. Not that meatloaf is bad, but when you listed all this other stuff, pizza and hot wings and all these other ones, you're like, man, I don't want meatloaf when you just offer me all this other stuff like mac and cheese and shit. So it's not, I don't think, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not disrespecting Jessie Vargas. I hope he does well in there. But I think that's why people are being hard on the fight, is because it's not a fight we were requesting. There are other fights that were probably bigger money fights. I even think Crawford was a bigger money fight, and Max Kellerman also stated that on First Take. So I don't think it's being targeted at Jessie Vargas saying he's shit or anything. I haven't really seen people say that. Well, the only thing I've seen people say is he has no chance. But either way, the thing I like is Jessie Vargas, knowing from people that have sparred him, they said he's tough. And it looks like, but based on this promo shoot, this is a picture. And to me, it looks a little bit staged because the caption I read was like, oh, Cutman, Rafael Garcia had to be brought in to separate the two. I mean, that's nice try, but really, what was that's Mayweather's Cutman. What is he gonna do if they start scrapping right then and there? What is his little ass gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of to promote. They don't have the big vehicle behind them right now, HBO, so they got to do stuff like this, do the press tour, promote press conferences and things like that, get some spots on TV with commercials. And they at the promo shoot, you get to see the height disparity, and both of them mean mugging. Another reason why I think this is kind of staged is because if you watch any Pacquiao face-off, 90% of them, he's giggling and laughing. Like, Claudie's like mean mugging him, and he's like, but he gonna pay me? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's all jovial and laughing and stuff. So for him to be mean mugging, it just seems like they told him to pose like that for the picture. But for Jessie Vargas, it might be real, because I really feel Jessie Vargas feels pissed off that the public is not embracing the fight and counting him out. So we'll see what he can do with it. You let me know if the height differential plays a part, even though Pacquiao's fought taller guys before. I mean, almost everyone's taller, like barring Bradley or somebody. But let me know if you think the height plays a factor in this particular fight. What do you think about Pacquiao avoiding a fight with Terence Crawford, which can be corroborated by his own trainer, etc., and tons of facts and articles. Let me know what you think. Share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.